Good morning. All right, looks like I've got it all in place. There we go. So I was eating a bagel before I jumped on, so I had to make sure my teeth are good. We're all good. So I was so excited to bring this to you guys. So as I was thinking about like what would work, like what needs to be said, what do you need me to tell you, like what do you need to hear? I was thinking about how when I was wanting to lose weight and I was trying to figure it all out, what it was that I did. And I did a ton of those biggest loser type competitions at work. So I was thinking, this is exactly what you need to hear about because it has changed so much. Let me start with this. I was cleaning out my closet the other day and I have shelves of books in the spare bedroom closet. And I was taking out books. I had so many diet books. And it was kind of funny to see all the different diet books all lined up. And I don't want any of those. And they went in the trash. And I almost took a picture, but we had a bunch of other nasty stuff in the trash. So I was like, I'm not taking a picture of this. But and I'm not staging a trash can picture for you. But I threw those away. I threw all those diet books away because that's just not how I want to be anymore. I don't want to be the person who's looking for the next quick fix. I don't want to be always having to live by a huge amount of rigid, very strict rules to try and lose weight. I don't want to do that anymore. So I wanted to make sure that I lose my weight in a way that I can sustain it. I want to be able to maintain all of those habits that I decide are useful and not maintain them because I was bad for having gained weight in the first place and I should be being better. I wanted to maintain them because that's how I care for myself now. And so I talked last week about basics, so like water, sleep, making sure I have food that I enjoy and eating it to enough, just enough. Like not overfeeding my body, not feeding myself when I'm not hungry, physically hungry. Those are the things that are my habits now. They're not diety rules and restrictions because they just make sense of how we eat. We need water. We are human beings. We are made up so much of water in our body. It makes sense that we need to replenish some water. Our body is this like self-baking oven, self-cleaning oven where we like regenerate our cells and we repair ourselves while we sleep. Of course we need rest. We definitely need food for nutrition and energy, and it should be exactly what we enjoy. And so learning how to have the foods I love to enough is exactly what it was. So threw those diet books right out the window. They went in the trash can, not out the window. And as I did that, I just felt like I turned the page. I have a whole new life now that it actually makes sense with how I want to live, how I take care of myself, how I manage habits that help me take care of myself. It's just who I am now. And those diet books those were from a lifetime ago when I was not enough. I thought someone else had better answers than I did, and their rigid rules felt like the punishment for being overweight. And so it's not that hard. It is truly simple, and I help people find how simple it is. So what I wanted to bring you today was about this biggest loser type challenge. When I was losing weight, every single time my work did a biggest loser challenge, I had a whole mix of emotions. Sometimes it would be fear and ridicule of myself for needing to lose weight, or worry that I'm not going to be able to lose weight. And as a competition, now all these people are going to know whether or not I lost the weight. And also some hope and curiosity if this could motivate me. Because of course, we're all chasing motivation. We think motivation or some extra set of rules are the thing that we need to be able to lose weight. That's what we haven't apparently figured out yet. So that's what we were on this incredible chase, this journey to find all the different types of ways to lose weight, to find the one piece of the puzzle that fit perfectly with our lives. And we just need to be motivated enough to do it, right? Did you tell yourself that too? Because that's exactly the kind of thing I was saying to myself. So as I'm thinking this, what do you need to hear? I want to talk to you about these Biggest Loser challenges. And so if you do not know what the Biggest Loser was, it was a TV show that used to be on, and they basically worked out all day as if it was their full-time job, and they were on very restricted calories, and they went basically to fat camp and learned how to lose weight. And I know I thought, oh, if I could be on that show, then I could finally do it. Well, there were studies done about the Biggest Loser challenge and how exactly that either helped or hindered people's health long term. It definitely hindered it. Most of the people gained their weight back. Many of the people have metabolic disorders after having done that. And so that extreme version of weight loss is not only not needed, it's not good. It's not good for your body. It's not healthy. So when we are in our workplaces or our small groups, I mean, some church groups used to do this, and women's book study groups would do this together, or just a whole handful of girlfriends. They would do Biggest Loser challenges, and it would excite them enough to give them some motivation, which that camaraderie gives us the support. So that's why we're drawn to it. It's a challenge, so it pushes us to try harder or to try it all. And that there's something to that for sure. However, the extreme of it, it doesn't help. So if you're considering having some kind of a workplace small group challenge, I would love to help you with that, host that for you. Maybe kick it off with a talk, and so that people can understand how to healthfully, I don't know how to adjective that word, how to healthfully lose weight, how to do it in a way that's maintainable, sustainable. When we've lost weight in the Biggest Loser challenges, a lot of times we go out really strong. We do this in all of our weight loss, but we go out really strong. We're super motivated, couldn't get that word out right, super motivated. And so as we're doing it, we're like hitting it all cylinders. And then we kind of trail off, and then sometimes we quit, or sometimes we bully ourselves to finish, especially if it's a Biggest Loser type challenge where other people are going to know. And so then we kind of keep up with it. Or the thing that I see happen often, and I did it myself too back in the day, we revert to very unhealthy things so that we can lose faster and more than other people around us, knowing that we are not going to sustain these habits for long term. And so instead of the Biggest Loser challenges, I would love for a mindfulness, mindset, healthy weight loss challenge. And so make it be more about the habits. Make it so that it's more about the support that you're giving each other. And so as you're choosing how to set your challenges up, if you're in your workplace, first of all, like I said, I would love to help set this up with you. All you need to do is seriously just contact me, and we will talk through what your incentives are if you're the HR person trying to set this up, or if you're the friend that's the leader of the group that wants to set it up. We'll just talk through how some incentives kind of work, but I want you to 100% make it about the habits. Not who loses the most weight. People are starting to kind of come around that each body is different, each person is different, and so who loses the most weight is not going to be the most ideal thing. And so people have already heard about how you change it to body percentage. So your weight percentage, how much your full body is, and for a goal of up to 3 months, I would say 5 to 10% of your weight at most for you to lose so that it can be sustainable. And that would be perfect. Not who lost the most percent or who lost the most with their pounds, but who lost the 5% or who lost the 10%. And then I would say add on another part of this with your habits. So habits are things that we do routinely. And so as you're developing habits of a healthy person who can sustain their weight loss, that is going to be so much more important than how fast and how much you lost within 2 to 3 months. And so instead, focus on the habits. And so, how much water did you get in this week? You know, if you got in 64 ounces or more, you get like a point. If you made a plan every day, you get a point. If you followed your plan, you get a point. You get points maybe for only eating when you're physically hungry, which means we need to teach your friends or your coworkers what physical hunger feels like. And so that's why I keep saying I would love to help with this. My free course would be like the beginner. It's a 5-day quick email free course. And then we could set up some habits that part is the challenge for you. As you're developing those habits, it's going to make it easier to sustain the weight loss. It helps you understand what healthy habits look like. And those habits become routines, and routines become who you are. And as you are a person who simply takes great, excellent care of themselves, it's so much easier to maintain the weight loss, to maintain the habits. And that is going to be more beneficial than any Biggest Loser challenge that is quick out the gate and then you can't maintain it, so you quit it, or that you have to beat yourself up to finish it, or that you did every unhealthy habit. I've heard of people taking laxatives to be able to weigh less on the coworker's weigh-in day. That is totally not going to be healthy for you. And so they're doing all kinds of things. They'll do massive runs before they go, or starve themselves for a day or two before the weigh-in so that they can be the person who won the challenge that week or overall. Those are not healthy habits. And so as you're developing these healthy habits, we can learn so much. So with my membership, a lot of times the ladies in there will do challenges because they're not going to necessarily be long-term. So some habits, we really want to make sure that we are doing those long-term. Eating when you're hungry and to enough so you're not overfeeding yourself, your water, your sleep, those kind of things are going to be habits that help us be healthy every day so that we can just take excellent care of ourselves. Sometimes to do those habits, you can do a challenge. And a challenge would be like a very small thing to help you learn. And so it's not supposed to be maintainable forever, but it helps you learn something. So with the ladies I work with, sometimes we will do an on-the-clock challenge. You wait until you're hungry, and then as soon as you feel hunger, you set the timer, you drink a bottle of water, you drink a cup of water, whatever it is you decide to do, and then you wait an hour and you notice what it feels like for hunger. As you do this, you will learn that hunger is not an emergency. There's no urgency in having to feed yourself right away. And so releasing that helps you learn so that when you are just focusing on the habit of eating when you're hungry and only to enough, you're okay with it, because those overwhelming feelings, the thoughts of this is an emergency, I need to be urgently eating, those go away. You understand. Anytime I have felt hunger, I've been able to wait an hour and then I eat as long as I still feel hungry. The other thing is you'll see the wave of hunger. A lot of times we talk about hunger coming in waves, hunger pangs, hunger waves, like at the ocean waves. They kind of get peaked and then they kind of go back out. And so it helps you learn what hunger feels like in your body, just to understand what your body is feeling. Sometimes we will do halftime. And so halftime is you eat half of your food, you wait 5 to 10 minutes. If you're still hungry, you can have half more. Sometimes we do only to enough, and then you throw away the food. And so throw it away, freeze it, pack it up, something, but you leave behind food so that you get used to not cleaning your plate. There are so many different kind of challenges, and you could run each challenge for a day if you're doing a small challenge, or you could run each habit, each challenge for a week. There are so many different things to play with and try, and those things are going to actually teach your friends, your small group, your coworkers, and they will help you maintain those habits that are going to be the healthy, successful habits to keep the weight off. If you're wanting to do it in a challenge form, maybe you're an HR person trying to figure out how to boost the morale with your coworkers, and you're wanting them to have something that they win. We can find ways to measure it so that it's successful and it's helpful to them and you get to reward them. There's so many different ways to do this, and the Biggest Loser challenge was not ever a great way to do it. It is not sustainable. It is not healthy for your coworkers or your friends. And so I would love to help you with a new way, a different way. As we get to the end of the year, it's common. We have a lot more parties. We have a lot of that. And so just having a challenge each week where you think of something ahead of time and you're figuring out how to challenge yourself, but yet maintain some habits, those kind of things are what life is like. So you're going to have parties. And so I can already hear people say, oh, maybe we'll try this in January when everybody else is losing weight. When you do things as you live them, that's how you figure out how to continue maintaining those habits as you live life. So the holidays are going to come up. The holidays usually involve food. They involve parties and get-togethers, and food is just brings us together. So how you choose to eat could be a challenge at an event. If that's part of your program, absolutely. We can make a challenge around how to eat at a holiday office party or the church women's get together. And so that way, when you come into the event, you know ahead of time, and everybody there is trying to do this challenge together. So that way you can support each other. You can comfort each other and talk about how this is so different than how we've ever done things before, so that you can really be alongside each other, understanding that it is something new. It is something totally different than you've ever done before. So I have so many ideas. Oh, excuse me, hitting my microphone. So many ideas, and I would love to bring that to you. I would love to be able to help your coworkers, your friend group, your church group, whatever your small group is, and do that so that we can be healthy together, but we're supporting each other in a way that is totally sustainable. It's so that we can lose the weight and then we're able to maintain it because we don't mind doing those habits that it took to get that done. And so it just becomes who you are. As that happens, it totally is you. It's you taking excellent care of yourself. You're capable and able, and more than that, you want to. You feel so good when you take that extra care of yourself, just knowing it's your responsibility to take care of you, and it feels good to do it. So it's just how you do it. I'm not saying you can't have brownies at the office party or something like that, but you do it in a way that you learn how to have the brownie and feel really good about it too. So if that sounds like something you want to do, definitely contact me. My email is Kara Hackleman, KaraHackleman, @coachingkara.com. So give me a quick message and we would set up something so that we can get this in workplace small group kind of challenge together. If you hear this and you're like, I don't really have anybody to do this with at the moment, do this with us. So I offer the free 5-day course. I mentioned it at the beginning. It would be a great way to start with any type of group challenge that you're going to do for weight loss. And if you want that free course, that would be a great place to start. If you're the one trying to organize the group and you're like, I like what she's saying, I want a little more information before I talk to her, start with my free 5-day course. It's coachingkara.com/free course. And that gives you the 5-day free course. So I would love to get this started with you guys. I would love to do it now, not wait until the first of the year. Do it now so that your friends and your coworkers, you can all start the new year with a great set of habits that are already in place. So give me a message, start the free course, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.